So what we're going to move on to next, and we're going to talk about are the Rockets, and I'll let you go ahead and I'll let you introduce this topic. I got to go to the bathroom.
Is the Rocket crashing? Or?
Nah, it's not.
No, it's fine.
First of all, I want to say I think Chris Paul and Harden can work. I think they got some things to figure out because a lot of the time Chris Paul was just standing there in the corner and like doing nothing. But I think they can figure it out. Chris Paul doesn't need to get healthy. He's already hurt. But I really like the additions of PJ Tucker and Bahamute. I mean, in that Warriors game, they were pretty much, besides, like, they came off the bench and gave them a lot. PJ Tucker is a very good defender, and it looks like he can be a knockdown shooter as well. I'm not going to trust his shot to be like it was in the Warriors game every game, because that was some out of body. I don't trust it to be like that every game.
Right.
But
you don't need that. You don't need that every game either.
Exactly, because you got Chris Paul there, and you got Eric Gordon there, Ryan Anderson there. Like, they have enough shooters that on most nights they're going to have a couple guys who are on. I like the Rockets. I still think that they're...
Ariza's looking good.
He was. My pick for most improved player, Clint Capella, has been looking great. I said all he has to do is roll to the rim and catch lobs.
Yeah.
All you have to do. Have good hands. But I like the Rockets a lot.
That's... Clint fills an interesting spot where I think he can hold his own against some of the elite centers, and I think that it's interesting. You look at the Lakers, right, and Brook Lopez. He's an okay shooter. He's a good shooter. He's not a great center though, right?
Yeah, I can agree with you because he doesn't give you the rebound that you would get.
He doesn't have that physicality, but
he can score, but he can't give you any rebound. He got out-rebounded by DeAndre Jordan like by 22 or 23. But y'all know how I feel about DeAndre Jordan,
right.
but
that's
Jesus Christ.
That's the thing that the Rockets have. They have these great guards, and then they have a big guy like Clint who fills that position that I think is the future of the NBA in terms of the next 4 to 5 years of the elite players in the NBA. You look at the Karl Anthony Towns, you look at Embiid, what he does. I mean, that's one of the problems the Cavs have is that we don't have. It was supposed to be Tristan, or it is supposed to be Tristan, but we don't have that physical guy at the 5. Love sure as hell isn't the physical guy, but that's something that the Rockets don't have to worry about with Clint. And he can play some offense, and so that complement is huge. And to your point of most improved, like I think in that first couple games he's looked phenomenal. Put up averaging 17 points. Also, and I don't on top of that physicality. So.
And I honestly don't see why that would drop. I think he can give you about 17 or 16 and 10. I think what did he give you last year? I think it was 14, if I'm not mistaken.
I'd have to look.
I would just like to personally say that I particularly predicted that the Rockets would get off to a slow start. And although they have not gotten off to a slow start in terms of team success, Chris Paul is supposedly might be out for a month.
Don't think it matters.
4 weeks.
It does matter. That's your
slow start.
Yes, it does matter.
It's not.
It does matter. It does. You want to know why it matters? Because when Chris Paul was on the floor with them, he was just standing around and he didn't even play the end of the game because of the knee. But I'm pretty sure that if he was having a good game, he probably would have been out there.
Yeah, but Eric Gordon was on fire. Eric Gordon was on fire.
Yeah, but that's why you brought Chris Paul there. And this is the first time that you will ever actually hear me argue in favor of Chris Paul. Unless he was so hurt that he literally could not go, he should have been out there on the floor. No. Because it has nothing to do even with the fact of who's playing well. So what if you lose to the Warriors? You are trying to build up team camaraderie and moments. Yes, it is.
You want to beat the Warriors. No. If I'm the Rockets, I want to come out opening night and beat the Warriors. I don't care. I want to come out and beat the Warriors anyway. They have been beating the living shit out of me for 2 years. I want to come out on opening night and beat the Warriors. This y'all ring ceremony. Everybody think y'all finna come out here and go 75-7? No. I don't care if everybody falls out. I want to come out on this court and beat the Warriors.
Which is why Chris Paul should have been in the game.
We are trying to win games.
Which is why Chris Paul should have been in the game.
No. Eric Gordon and Bahamute and PJ Tucker were playing incredible. Incredible. And Chris Paul was hobbled.
Yeah, no. I don't want Chris Paul to get injured worse. I mean, he's just not the guy at that age to push.
He's never been the guy.
No, you're right. But I think if Lonzo, even a star, or, the star in the making, but a young guy, if they were in Chris Paul's position, I'd say, yeah, finish the game. Young, you're gonna heal, you're gonna be all right. Builds character, all that kind of stuff. I don't think that's the place for Chris Paul to finish the game.
Yeah,
I just don't believe in this Rockets team. I'm gonna say it again, and I'll keep saying it. I do not believe in this Rockets team.
You're a skeptic. That's all right.
It has nothing to do with me being a skeptic. Number one, I do not believe in Chris Paul, and number two, James Harden showed me last year. Small game James showed me last year why I no longer believe in him, because he has a habitual pattern of not showing up in the moment. James Harden, and Chris Paul has a habitual pattern of losing in the moment. And even Chris Paul's docuseries, which I actually thought was really good, and you will never hear me hurl any personal insults at Chris Paul, other than the fact that he's a loser. But when I say he's a loser, it's in relation to basketball. If you a millionaire, you're not losing that much. Because I know a lot of broke motherfuckers, myself included. So I just don't believe in this Rockets team. I think
what were you gonna say about the documentary?
No. I'm just thinking in terms of documentary, it really showed me another side of him. In terms of him,
as a human being,
not even as a human being, but as a competitor, because from the way that he plays in the playoffs and the way that he's been playing over these past 6 years when he's with the Clippers and not becoming the guy that everybody says he is in the playoffs, he talked like it in the documentary.
He's a competitor. You can even tell.
I never say that he wasn't a competitor. What I'm saying is that he showed me as a competitor watching his documentary that even more so than of the competitor that I thought he was. So I never said he didn't compete. I just said he's not showing up in the moments that propel you forward to get you to the next level. That's all, literally. That's the only thing I've ever said about Chris Paul. That's the only thing I've ever said about Chris Paul.
Yeah, but we have a different definition of showing up.
But like I also said, you value stats. I value winning.
No, it's not even
that. You value stats. I value winning.
No, because
he also values stats. I value winning.
No.
I'm a hybrid. I value both.
No, you don't. Because you're telling me LeBron James is the greatest player of all time and he lost 5 NBA finals.
No, because look, for instance, the main thing, when we talked about John Wall in Game 7, you was like, he didn't show up. I was like, no, he showed up. He had a bad game. Even when I broke down the stats in like the fourth quarter, I could see that he scored or at least attempted to score or assisted on at least 7 possessions. 7 to 10 possessions, and he had like 1 turnover.
You comparing John Wall to Chris Paul ain't the same thing. Because even in the documentary, they show all the playoff losses that they had. It was like Game 6, Game 7, Game 6, Game 7. Then Blake got hurt, and they lost in like in Game 5 to the Blazers, or Game 4 or whatever, or Game 5 to the Blazers. And then Game 7. They were all been Game 6s, Game 7s, or Game 5s. It's not like they been swept off the floor.
But bro, what I'm like saying is, like, that don't mean you not competing. If I can look at the stat like, yo, G, my man's went out there, he at least put up 17 shots. He was like 6 for 17, but he shot 17 shots. To me, not showing up is what Harden did. If I paid my money to go see Chris Paul play basketball, I'm like, you know what? I'm not mad today because he came out.
Why?
He showed up.
Listen, you just got eliminated from the playoffs. Why are you not mad? Your star player just let you get eliminated from the playoffs. What's wrong with you?
Stop. He came out, he showed up, he played a bad game.
Right.
If I bought tickets to game, 6 for Harden, I feel like I didn't see Harden play basketball.